with Rico and Kayla is about to go live online. Catch All Out monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out hosts, Rico Robles and Kayla Rivera. Stand by and enjoy the program.
For those that are tuning in, how are you guys doing? Welcome to the program. It is another Monster exclusive interview this time around. We're going to travel to Australia to meet an indie artist. Well, what happens when they're famous? Are they still called an indie artist? We're going to get to know. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, first time on the show, we got Birdee. Hi, Birdee.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Hey, how are you doing? How is everything going? I know there's a little time difference, but thank you very much for taking time to join us. What's up? What you been up to?
I've been a lot lately. I'm currently in a dressing room as I'm doing a show in an hour. Yeah, no, I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Is this a show like, do you have a concert, or is it more of you have a musical show and you're part of a cast that you're going to be doing?
No, more of like a concert, like a live show that I do. So I'm currently in Wollongong, which is an hour away from where I am in Sydney, and I'm going to be doing like a show tonight, performing as a solo act.
And is it when you first got back on stage, or when you first got on stage, how was that feeling? I mean, how long have you been an artist? Because we know Birdee, you know, we were having this conversation off air. We're like, okay, yeah. Birdee, and I'm like, hey, that doesn't look like Birdee. This is a new artist, right? Was there always that confusion when you first came out as an artist?
Oh, 100%, definitely. Like, I always personally looked up to Birdee, who was the Birdy artist who's based in the UK. So when I would tell people, hey, I'm Birdee, which is actually my real name, in fact, people were like, are you Birdee, like the UK singer? And I'm like, no, I'm the Birdee artist with the double E in Australia.
But you do make awesome music, and you know, for many of the fans, she is going to be dropping some more.
Yes.
Was this a decision? How did this come about? I mean, you know, you're a looker as well. Could there be acting on the side of this, or is it just strictly music? I'm going to be a musician. I'm going to make some tracks and just travel the world.
That's a really good question. I mean, I've been dancing and singing since the age of 3, and I just love the creative arts. I love doing all things creative. So I'm always open to, you know, dancing, to acting, to doing all sorts of stuff. With my new single coming up on the 11th of November, which is next week, I will be doing a little bit of more acting than, I guess, dancing that I have been doing in my previous music videos. So yeah, it's something different.
I can imagine. How are you live on stage? I mean, you did mention you do play the piano, and do you dance?
Yeah.
And then have somebody doing the piano, then you'll be like bust a solo. Then
well, because I'm a solo artist, I dance and I perform while I sing, and then at times I will come in and sit down and play the piano while I sing as well. So I do a bit of both. Yeah.
And, you know, what are the struggles when it comes to, like, what are the challenges when it comes to that, when you're having both of the arts all at the same time?
That's a good question. I guess the struggle of needing to keep up. I think it really does take a lot of energy out of you when you're fully dancing and performing and moving and jumping from one side to another on the stage, to then, you know, having to compose yourself and be able to like still maintain your breath and singing, and then coming back to like the piano. I think that's the struggle there. Yeah.
I could imagine, right? But, you know, of course, the world is fair, and
that's it.
Doing music, and you do music, doing your dancing. Do you see yourself producing a musical with all your songs, maybe, and then just
wow,
right? That's a pretty good idea.
That's a really good idea. You know what? You are the first person that said that. I've never really thought of that. Maybe maybe, I don't know. I mean, I grew up learning classical music
Mm.
since the age of 3, and then getting into contemporary, and now into more like indie, and then slowly progressing into electronics. So I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, it could be something new. It could be, and
Yeah,
it'll be
that's it.
live on like Facebook and on YouTube,
Yeah.
on some concert, on a live musical. You know what I mean? It's like kind of a
Yeah.
for a whole album launch. But when you recording these tracks, and what would the first respond? I mean, when you came out, you know how songwriters come out with songs, and all of a sudden, like, was there ever a frustration? Like, where am I going to release this first? Who's going to hear this first? Is it my friends, my inner circle? Do I just post it online and see who picks it up? I mean, how did it go for you? What was your journey on that?
Um, I don't know, I don't really think about it. I think when I make a song
Mhm.
and whoever's there on the day that I'm, like, listening to it in the car, and I just like, "Yeah, this is a new song," and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." Or whether if it's, my family coming to visit me in Sydney, and then me just being like, "Oh, this is a song that I've made," like, I don't know, I just kind of show it to people, but I don't really, you know, I guess, spring it on people a lot. I like to keep my music to myself until I know that it is ready. It is, a final work. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
When do you know when it's ready? I mean, do you have any advice? There's a lot of songwriters
Oh
that are tuned
god.
in. Like, when do you know it's like, okay, is it ready? Is it? Can I put? I mean, especially now with technology, with instruments that are so affordable, you can just go to your music shop. You can just get an app
Yeah.
and have a whole band on the, right in the palm of your hands. When do you know
Yeah.
the track is ready?
Well, personally for me, I
Uh,
always think that my music is never ready. I mean, you are your own worst critic when you're an artist. Like, you're always like, "Oh no, this should be like this, and I could have done this better, and I could have done this and tweaked this." But I think there comes a time when you've got a team around you, you have people around you that are working with you and supporting you, and that's when they come in and they say, "I think it is ready." And then you go, "You know what? You're right, and I trust your judgment." I think for me, that's how it works personally.
because
Um,
if you have a bunch of
yeah.
fickle-minded people around you, it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Then you're like, well, what you want to eat? I don't know. I don't know too. Me too. I'm curious. They're
That's
spinning.
me, literally me. I'm such an indecisive person, like,
Yeah, yeah.
you never ever want me to have the final decision for anything.
Yeah, then comes the EP. Now the EP is gonna be, well, your debut EP can't be love. I mean,
Mhm.
when is this gonna drop?
Well, the EP, Can't Be Loved, has already been dropped. It's
Mhm,
been released already. It's been a crazy, amazing journey, having that release now, because all these songs that I've had have been in the works for around 2 years now. So
mhm.
it's really great to have them out. But I will be releasing more music very soon, and I do actually have a new single that's coming out next week, on the 11th of November. So
Mhm.
yeah, bit of a,
Is
a
there,
summer song of the year.
is there a specific reason why it's November 11th, or is it just more of 11/11, that kind of thing?
Yeah, oh my god, I actually didn't think of that. No,
Mhm.
there was no particular reason. But personally for me, 1111 is like literally my favorite number. Like, that's my number. So for you to say that, I'm like, maybe it's coincidental. I don't
Hey, you
know.
never know. Look at you. You make a wish as you drop that, right? 11/11.
That's it.
Oh, right. I wonder if Paris Hilton already trademarked at 11/11, right?
She
Is it
probably
pretty?
has.
But for those that are tuned in, we have Birdee. She is, of course, an independent artist out now with her EP "Can't Be Loved." She is joining us from Australia on a fantastic Friday here on the Monster. We're live online as well at RX931 on our socials, Facebook, YouTube, and Ustream. But you're listening to us on air via Monster RX93.1. Now, how much has life changed when you release your EP? Was there ex-boyfriends messaging? I mean, was it like more relatives popping out of nowhere?
I think it was not so much ex-boyfriends or anything,
Mhm.
definitely not, but, I think more relatives, more family,
Mhm.
more people like from high school, primary school, from where I used to live. They definitely reached out, which was really, really nice, and I'm so grateful that they did. To see how much support that I have behind me is really great. Yeah.
And when songs come out, when music comes out, of course, when you put it online, in comes the tour. You are having a show tonight, but your Filipino fans, those that are tuned in, is there any chance of you swinging over here in the Philippines? You visiting here and having a show?
I would absolutely love to. I would love to. If there's any Filipinos out there that would love me to come all the way from Australia, please let me know because I would love to come and do shows for you guys.
And then for you, I mean, I did ask Denise Julia because you do have a double header today on the show. We did have two guests. Now here on the show, we like to ask you some random questions. And
Sure.
do you ever see yourself just, you know, entering like reality shows, like for example, like The Voice or Australian Idol? I know it's really big there, right? Australian Idol that you would sing in front.
Yeah.
Or is it tougher to
Um
just go on like more of an independent route other than that one flash stardom kind of thing?
yeah, I mean, I've been asked that a couple times to whether if I would ever do that, and my answer personally is no. I wouldn't. I feel I don't know. I feel like with reality TV shows, with that sort of thing, you kind of get your 5 minutes of fame and
Mhm.
then you don't really do much afterwards. I feel like for me, I would like to start from the bottom, work my way up, whether if it is, taking really slow steps to eventually get there, as
Mhm.
long as it takes, I'm willing to do the hard work and to just keep creating, keep working on myself. And yeah, I think, yeah, that's
I
my
was I
answer.
was thinking the other day too. I'm like, who's the most
Yeah.
famous person that ever came out of The Voice?
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
right?
right?
When you
It's like,
really think about it, you're like, there's no
who
one
won
that really
season one?
stands out.
Season two.
Yeah.
I know Idol, like American Idol. Okay, this person won. That person kind of fell off. Carrie Underwood, great. Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
You have your standouts, but on The Voice, you're like,
Yeah.
who did ever come out afterwards? Right?
Exactly.
Right? And that's so
That's
true. Now,
it.
with internet and the technology now with your songs coming out and everything, is it easier? Is it tougher?
Yes and no. I think it's easier to be able to reach to more people with your music and to show like your creativity and who you are as a person. I think that's great, especially if you use, technology in a very good way and a smart way. But on the other hand, I think with in this day of age with like TikTok changing the whole music industry and
Mhm.
how people can just blow up with one video and it just I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with
I mean,
technology.
how has TikTok for you
Yeah.
as an independent artist? How has it changed the game? I mean, and you could get one viral hit there, but how is it favorable and how is it like sort of like a disadvantage as well?
It really depends on how you see it as an individual.
Mhm.
So, say for me as an artist, if I see that you just need a 60-second hook that will
Mhm.
get you skyrocketing and getting views, in which then you get more, attraction from labels, and then you get more tours and shows and so on and so forth. It's like, oh, well, it's not much work to be done. I just need to find some 60-second hook that everyone's going to love, and that's it, and just add a trend to it, and that's it.
Mhm.
But for artists that don't particularly want to do that, that want to focus on more of like their work and craft, and to do music because they love doing music and what they do,
Mhm.
it makes it hard because it's like, well, now everyone just wants to listen to a 60-second hook, but I want to give much more than just that. Um, I think that's really hard. I think that it definitely changes the way that people listen to music.
Mhm.
People scroll, like if you can't get someone's attention for 5 seconds, they're just gonna, pass you. So you really need to grab people's attention, and that can be quite hard and struggling for artists.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, there's just like a lot of factors into it,
Well,
but
for
I
you,
guess
how do you grab the
we
attention of a person? For you, is it the hook? Is it the Is it the right melody or the lyrics? How does it work for you?
Um, how do I grab someone's attention? Or um, I don't know. I don't know. I guess you'll have to ask like someone that listens to my music, because I honestly couldn't tell you. To me, I like to focus personally more on melodies and the lyrics and the feeling of the song. But I don't know. It could be one of the three things that could grab someone's attention. I don't know.
But since you're a dancer, Birdie, and you do play keyboards and piano, you got this with a piano attached to you. I sure go crazy.
Yeah, do you know I could do that. I could do that. Attach a piano to me while dancing and then singing a song.
Exactly.
I reckon that could be it.
Hey, I'm here, Manila. How are you guys doing? For those that you know, we're
That's
hanging
it.
with Birdie. She's backstage about to start her show, but she's just hanging out talking about the EP. Now, is there going to be a full album as well for you?
Potentially, yeah, 100%. In the future, we'll definitely release an album eventually. But at the moment, just focusing on singles.
And I know you're going to be dropping a single, what, in a couple of days, in a couple of weeks? What's the title?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So the new release is called Poolside. It's very like summer song, very luxe, very like sitting by the pool, having cocktails with your friends, that kind of vibe, which is very different to the kind of music I have released. And it will be releasing on the 11th of November, which is on the Friday. But it will be premiering on Triple J, which will be on the Thursday night, so the day before.
You're the only person I know that's gonna release a summer song during the winter. You know what I mean? You're the only person that I know that's gonna do this. Am I right?
Well, is it winter where you guys are?
Well, here in the Philippines, there's only two seasons. There is the dry season, and there's the stormy, wet, let's get it on with the rain season. Right now, we are let's get it on with the rain season.
Oh, no. Well, at the moment, it's a little bit like that here. It's like 50-50, but we're like currently in spring, slowly getting into summer. So
when's the winter there in Australia?
Winter, we just passed winter. We've only just gotten out of winter and now we're in spring. Yeah.
Very interesting. See, I discovered something too, that the calendar or the season calendar in Australia is different than the United States, than in the Philippines. See, I learned something new every single day. Thank you for the education, Birdie. But we're excited for the future releases. Now, message to all your Filipino fans.
I would love to come and do shows and play for you guys, and I'd love to meet you guys. I just love traveling, so I'd love to meet you guys. And yeah, check out my new single that's coming out next week. I hope you guys love it.
And before we let you go on your concert, what's the first thing you do before you start a show? Is there any ritual? Is there any prayer that you do, or any quotes that you live by before you get on stage?
No ritual, no prayer. I just kind of take a few deep breaths in, kind of calm the nerves, and then hop up on stage. And I'm just like, all right, let's do it.
Then do it.
That's my ritual.
Well,
yeah, that's it.
For taking time. Good luck on your show. Do knock them all out and have a great one. All right. We'll catch you when you're here in Manila. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. And I hope that you will have me again. Anytime.
All right. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, once again, make some noise for Birdee. Bye-bye. Take care.
See you guys.
You have it. Of course, the songs are coming out, the single, the album as well. Till then, once again, my name is Rico. On behalf of Kayla Rivera, this has been another Monster exclusive interview.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila's hottest. Monster RX93.1.